Wake up, man. Oh, shoot. We back. We back. It's the J.Soul morning show. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I've got another guest for y'all, and y'all not gonna believe it. Like I don't know how I got on his schedule. I don't know how, we made this happen. He's very expensive, you know what I'm saying? He don't have that much time. He's produced records like Commas for Future, She Twerking. He done kept you on the dance floor. He's been on the radio, and he's a really good friend of mine, man. I like to introduce y'all and present to other people DJ Spins. What
Yo,
it do?
what's happening?
My
What's
boys in
happening?
the building. They going crazy. Spins is in the building.
What we
this
got?
Spins 808. Spins, the Cashmere Collective, like the whole thing, man.
Yeah, man. All that. How y'all doing?
It's all good. Tell the listeners where you are today, man.
Man, I'm in Atlanta right now. This is the place I call home.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm kicking it right now. You know what I'm saying? The sun's shining. It's about 75 degrees outside. It's a beautiful day.
Now we could start where we are now. We could start these people from the beginning.
Hmm.
Everybody knows that you from Augusta, Georgia. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then you know, um, I've interviewed my cousin Shay. He's from Augusta too. So like, there's a lot of little people don't really
Yeah.
know what's going on, man. So tell these people a little bit about your music journey that they don't know from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna touch on a
Hmm.
little bit of that, and then we're going into some personal reflections.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. Been doing music as long as I can remember. My grandma and my uncle owned a supper club, so that was kind of like, I guess you could say, the first piece of like knowing music.
What was the name of it?
Mr. J's Famous Dough.
Okay,
Yes,
where that's at?
Augusta,
Well,
Georgia.
right,
You know what
right,
I'm
right.
saying? That's where I was rooted. That's where I grew from. You know what I'm saying? That's why I had the pleasure of meeting, Soul, Blends, you know what I'm saying, which I consider them family. Like,
Right.
because with doing music at such a young age, or taking an interest in what I would say is kind of like a smaller town, not necessarily a major city,
Hmm.
but we had major things to come out of our city. But it just was, like, we didn't even have like a guitar center or anything like that. So you know just building some camaraderie with people who had the same interests, and who also, were gifted in their own ways. It's just like, it was instrumental to my journey, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, it goes on the other side of the coin too, because music is a congregational thing, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, I
Hmm.
feel like you grow together through, you know, uh the music. It's a ministry. So
Hmm. Yeah,
um
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I started with in my uncle and my grandma's club, just being there because I had to be there as a family business. And
Hmm.
they're playing, blues, you know what I'm saying, disco,
Hmm.
what I mean, all kind of stuff like that, soul, R&B. So that was like my first introduction to it. And the first thing I decided, I was like, okay, you know, I was leaving elementary school, and people was interested in football, interested in
Hmm.
basketball.
Hmm.
I like sports and shit, but
True.
I was just playing like rec ball, and it was cool. But then by the time I got to like seventh grade, I realized I was not gonna be that tall. So like, I was like, all right, this athlete, it's cool, but let me just kind of focus on the music. And nobody
Oh.
around me right now is doing that. So
Mm.
this what I'm a stick to. And then that kind of kicked off my journey to like wanting to be a DJ. And I had already made good friends with the DJ at my grandma's spot. But obviously, he was playing more of the classics. But
Hmm.
I'm a lot more grateful of that now than I was back then,
It got you
because
familiar. Okay, gotcha.
yeah, it just kind of like, especially when let's just say somebody, a lot of people might have just grew up with whatever music was in their time, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, and didn't have the experience from the older generation. So I feel like it just kind of like, seasoned me a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It gives
Yeah.
you that old soul when you can hear that old music and it's playing, and then it's like entertainment business. So you're seeing entrepreneurship, you're seeing all of those things, and in seventh
Yeah.
grade, you was like, okay. Well, I love music. I love the athlete stuff too, but like
Yeah,
there's a lot of people who a lot taller, a lot whatever.
yeah,
So
yeah.
shoot,
I was saying
let
that
me,
wasn't finna work out.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah,
I was kind of similar. I was like, I wanted to play basketball and do my thing. It was just like that music it just called me, you know?
yeah,
It
yeah.
just
You
called
can't
me.
run away from it.
So let's talk about your shift from Augusta and then moving to Atlanta. Like there's a lot of places we could do music. Like why you
Right.
feel like Atlanta?
I just felt like that obviously was the closest hub to where the most motion was going on, but
Mm-hmm.
to me it was just like it. Like it wasn't like I had an option like, well, maybe I should go to New York. It was like, nah, like I'm going to Atlanta. Like
Yeah.
everything that I wanted to do was in Atlanta. Like I
Mm-hmm.
could, I mean, all the artists that I was like really into,
Yeah.
like they were all, if not from Atlanta, they were in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it just was kind of like, I felt it in my gut and was just like, like this is where I need to be. Like,
Yeah.
and also, being grateful that I had that upbringing, because there was a lot of like instrumental things that happened in Augusta that I feel like over prepared me to come to Atlanta.
Hmm.
So,
You can
like
touch on that.
yeah, it was just, like when I got here, I came for college. Like that was,
Mm-hmm.
that was my, that was my, that was my ticket in the door. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
You
Because the
want
mom
to
was
shout
like,
out to college?
nah, I don't.
Okay.
But, um, my mom, was like, I'm graduating high school. She like, you going to school? So she just wasn't gonna let me like wander,
Just
and
go to Atlanta and just go to the studio and whatever happens.
right and go
I
live a
feel.
pipe dream. So she was like, school, and then I looked up the Art Institute and then Full Sail at the time because I was telling her, I was like, could you? I went to Johnson in
Mm-hmm.
Augusta or whatever. It
Mm-hmm.
was like an engineering school, but like I hated school.
I feel.
So yeah, I'm like, for college, and I'm already this deep into music, I was like, please don't send me to regular college because I hate
Okay.
school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like she was like, okay, if you find something that's like that, and then in Atlanta, then cool, you can do that. So we found the Art Institute. Um, she got me some loans. I was able to get in, and I had a not a dorm, but like I had a roommate at first. It was in college housing or whatever,
Yeah.
and
I remember.
yeah, I was at Metro Point. They call
Mm-hmm.
it Westmar now, I think. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, so did that. Hold on, let me just make sure. What was the question again? So I don't want to go too far off that.
No, we're not going. We're not going off of it. But
Okay.
you said there were some things in Augusta that prepared you for
Oh,
being in Atlanta.
yeah, for sure. Okay, so yeah, like all right, when I want to say, I think I was in like I had started high school already, and then I realized that Foxy
Mm-hmm.
was DJing at
The football
the
games
the
on
game of
Friday.
the week. The
Yeah.
game of the week.
Yeah.
So the thing was, it was like I had got my mom to give me like some cheaper CD players, you know what I'm saying, or like some DJ equipment, but they had CDJs,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was just like I gotta get. I'm hooked. Like I was a fiend. That was the dope. I needed to get to that. So I
Mm-hmm.
started going out there every week, and
True.
over time, Ron Thomas. It's just I always got to salute Ron. He ended up giving me an opportunity
Right.
to DJ on the station. Or at first it was commercial breaks, and then he gave me an opportunity to go live, and then that ended up with me having a show. But that by having a show and having like mentors, because it was actually a lot of good DJs in Augusta,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like when I came to Atlanta, not to say there weren't good DJs, but as far as technically skilled, like when it comes to hands, like, like the sessions when I come over your crib with me and
Mm-hmm.
Carl, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, even B-Dubs, Greg Nice, like we grew
Yeah.
up, you know what I'm saying, hearing very
Listening
skilled. Yeah, they
to
was
really
very
great
skilled DJs.
DJs. Yes.
Yeah, so when I got up here and then, I was already cool with Scream, and then we just kind of furthered our relationship. He looked out for me and got me a gig. And then when I got to, like the spots and just went to the clubs, I was like, damn, like the music is pretty similar. It's slightly different, but
Mm-hmm.
the like from what I used to like pride myself on when it come to like skills and like mixing,
Mm-hmm.
cutting and stuff like that, I just felt like I was over prepared. You know what I mean? Like I
Okay,
was coming
gotcha.
into I was coming into the class and I had already read all the books.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe into different places to where people hadn't read the books or
Mm-hmm.
gotten the techniques down. So I feel like that helped a lot in like me moving along quickly once I got up here because
Yeah.
I was well seasoned.
There's been some people say, well, what does the DJ do type thing? Because, but I think that kind of piggybacks on it because a lot of people don't know that there are skills when it comes to DJing and sound and how you cut the music, how you transition the music, how you read the room. So there's a lot that DJs do, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And I
yes,
think that we do have to go back and put the respect on the DJ because they putting the little Tubi
absolutely.
movies on about the DJ. It's like y'all not telling the story.
Not the
You
whole
know,
story.
not the whole story. So that's what I think this is important. You brought up Ron Thomas, you know what I'm saying? We get to, salute people like him, My
Yep,
father was
yep.
in radio. He knew my father and he gave me an opportunity too. So shout out to you, Ron, you know what I'm
For
saying?
sure. Gotta do that.
Yeah, yeah. So like this is platforms where like the people who, don't get mentioned or we forgot to get mentioned or, like we move through the story and then we can come back and but we're gonna be doing these a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
For
If you
sure.
if you're interested, I want to get Spins back on the show because I know he's very exclusive. You don't talk to everybody.
Nah. I mean, man, with the home team, I'm always available. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't like to venture out too much further than that because
yeah,
it's a lot of stuff I'd rather not concern myself with.
yeah. What would you say is your like favorite things that happened to you in the music industry, like your highlights?
Mm, man, it's kind of hard to say that for me because it's like I enjoy like every part of it,
Yeah.
and it's come with a lot of good. It's also come with some bad too, but I just learn to kind of like you know be appreciative of the journey. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And
Mm-hmm.
it's something that I can take from anything that happened in my life. So
Yeah.
um, I try to stay just pretty much even keel. But yeah, I've definitely had like great times, great moments. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Countless moments. You know what I'm saying? And I look forward to just still continuing to make them. It's just we just gotta live life, and that's kind of how a lot of stuff happened. I feel like yeah, I wanted to excel when I came up here, but it was more about just like indulging in my passion,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of just led me to some I guess you could say career highlights or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
You,
yeah,
you, I just had K Major on the show, and he was like,
my
"Yeah,
boy.
shout out to people like Spins, helped me get some of my first placements, and was there for me when I didn't even, know what was going on."
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he was like, I saw Spins in the club. He was like, "Yeah, I want to." He said he wanted a beat from you. Oh, he was like, "Yeah,
hmm
you said 7,500. Talk to my lawyer." I was like, "Okay, Spins had it down, pat from the
Man, yeah, I
beginning."
think I was an autopilot back then, but like I said, my friends can get anything from me, so
Yeah.
it ain't and like that. That's how I like to treat it, because for me, I can say that I've never got a hit from just sending a beat. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's always come from a relationship. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? A
Right.
relationship of me building with a person or artist or whatever and just
Mm-hmm.
kicking it. Cause we create and stuff like that's our art. You know what I'm saying? That's a piece of us. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I know some people treat it very transactional. You know what I mean? I'm not
Right.
really that type of
Right.
person. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just wanna create with my friends, you know what I'm saying, and just make good stuff, great stuff.
Right. Right. I
Yeah.
have noticed like if you just do music, if everybody just do music with their friends and just make great
Yeah.
stuff, like the people that's in your reach,
Yeah.
like you can come up with some really magical stuff.
Yeah, and then, that's not to say that you can't meet new friends along the way either. So
Mm-hmm.
like, somebody you might not know now might become your friend in 2 or 3 years, after you've actually built the relationship and built rapport with them. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm always open to, I'm never closed off, but I'm just, the industry sometimes will just be like, well, yeah, such and such is working, such and such is working. And I'm like, I don't know them people.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
So, it's cool, but I don't know.
Cause I'm like, and I don't know if I got this from you, but definitely like I've been around you, so and I know that this is something you do. It's just like you follow that gut, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Follow the energy, just like
yeah,
if you ain't feeling it, it ain't gonna get felt.
yeah. I'm out of there.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of
So
there.
just trusting it. And then earlier you was talking about, it's the good come with it, some bad come with it too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
do you want to touch on any adversities you bounce back from in your
Yeah.
music journey?
Yeah, man. I tell everybody like life is gonna happen. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it's just to me about your approach in life. Like it don't matter if you got $1, it don't matter if you got $1 billion. Like
Mm-hmm.
life
Mm-hmm.
is gonna present you with problems constantly. It's just what's your mindset? Are you a problem solver? Are you a excuse maker? You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like so I try to just fix my mindset to where I'm a problem solver or I'm working to solve a problem. Like if it's something that, you know, confronts me, it's like, okay, I might not get it on the first try, but I'm gonna work to solve the problem. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I just tell people that all the time because on the outside looking in, people could just look at your highlight reel and feel like, oh, okay, it's sweet, everything, and then on the surface, Instagram, social media, most people are only gonna post their highlights. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
it's just I would like to tell everybody I feel like it's a mindset that you go through life with. Just be a problem solver. Work to be
Mm-hmm.
a problem solver, and then it won't be no problem. It won't be no problem that you can't overcome.
Right.
And
Right. So.
and, like I think the problems kind of like build character.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's just like a rich person who never had to work for anything usually tends to not have as much character as somebody who worked for everything they got.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I love that part of it too. Like what I'm saying, I put some bricks together to get here. Like it wasn't just I was born with a silver spoon. Like what I mean, we got to put some
Right.
work in.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you definitely been putting the work in, man, and like you said, we have to learn from the things that it ain't always sweet, it ain't always the best. Like you could have the number one song, but then now you got a traffic of people who good and a traffic of people who bad. Because you
Yeah,
have more
and
visibility.
that and also like let's just say you can get a number one. You can get a number one song, and then the same day you get the number one song, your dog died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it be stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? People
Mm-hmm.
be thinking in the just the professional realm, but it's like shit. Everybody got to live life. You know what I mean? Everybody got family. You got
Yeah.
all kind of stuff, and like I said, life is gonna life, man. From what
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying, it's just about how you graze through. You know what I'm saying, and how you deal with it.
Got it. Got it. So you got a couple of companies, Tune Freak, Cashmere
Right, right.
Collective. Talk about the formation of these companies and what's coming up.
Okay, yeah, nah. So Tune Freak Recordings, that's my independent label.
Mm-hmm.
Um Probably been working on it maybe close to 10 years now. And you've been a very
Mm.
instrumental part of Tune Freak of just helping me and helping me build it. So I'm very grateful for that. But it's kind of like a space where I release like my art as
Mm-hmm.
far as like my artist work,
Yeah.
my friends' artist work, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So anything that I'm kind of behind when it comes to urban music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've been releasing it under Tune Freak Recording. So that's an ongoing process. Very, very grateful for that. And just
Mm-hmm.
to have that outlet that I built and, just to share my art with people.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I feel like more people, and, rightfully so, were in tune with just my journey as a producer. So as I branched out into, you know, my artistry, I feel like I had to create a space for it, you know, and I'm still doing that, and very happy with, you know, the growth in it.
Yeah. I gotta get me some more TF hoodies, man. We gotta, you know, we gotta
Yeah,
show up
man.
again with the TFs.
Yeah, man. More vibe outs, you know what I'm saying? Working
Exactly.
on that too. Definitely
Yeah.
working on that.
Yeah.
So Cashmere Collective is another piece, which I'm very, very passionate in, and building that for maybe like 6 years, which again, you know what I'm saying, you played an amazing role in. So was on the first EP, you know what I'm
Man.
saying? We released, like you said, 3 records this year. So
Yeah.
Cashmere Collective to me though is a community service project. And it's to me, I just my ultimate goal is to be a place where creatives can create, you know what I mean, and share their art with the world, whether it's, you know, music, it's drawing, it's sketching, you know what I'm saying, whether it's planning events or anything, you know what I'm saying, whatever your art may be. I feel like you're a part of the collective, you know.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's it's been going good. I feel like we're entering phase 2 right now. We built the foundation, music and like instrumental wise, which is, you know, that's gonna continue nonstop. But now we're setting up events, you know what I mean, to start to, you know, get in the community and just, you know, collab with different movements and different people that we see spreading, you know what I'm saying, the light. So yeah, that's basically in a nutshell what Cashmere is.
I'm gonna be up in there, man. It's smooth, it's fresh, you know, and it's a balance. It's like you need the tune freak urban situation, you know.
Right.
Like racks, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But you also, you know, like you kicking it over here, you got the, you know, the lo-fi and you know, you feel, you know, it feels luxurious. It feels like it got a good little thing to it.
Yeah, you can water your plants, you know what I'm saying? Get you some work done, you know what I'm saying? Meditate.
Yeah, it's almost, you know, like, you know, and I know that this ain't what we had in mind, but you know, Lil Jon went from the crunk era. Now he's like, you know, like let's zen it out. You know, like let's get his focal balance.
You know, it's crazy because so many people hit me about Andre first. You know what I'm saying? Because they seen I've been doing the instrumental thing for like 5 years now, 4 or 5 years, and it's like, yeah, you see Andre's coming out with a Flute album. I'm like, yeah, that's dope. Like, I'm glad that these bigger figures are showing, you know, that you can, you know, grow and you can do other things. So you know, because the industry likes to, you know, try to categorize and put people in boxes, but we're living beings, man. We go through phases, we go through seasons. So I'm just all about the expression of that. So I love, you know, and I actually, Lil Jon is one of my favorite producers of all time. Part of the reason I do music. So he was a heavy influence in my childhood, even though I never really got to, you know, just meet him like that. But just from afar looking in and seeing, you know, his impact. And to me, I feel like he's been successful in like 5 genres, like at least.
Yeah,
you know, and even created. I think he even created like 2 genres, like, you know what I'm saying. So it's like,
bro, blessed, like, man, for sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, very, very, very influential. I always want to give him his flowers.
For sure. Now, how important is like keeping positivity, you know, in your mix and all of that, and your energy as far as creating? Like, how important is that to you?
It's very important, man. Like, it's, you know, like I said, life is full of different experiences. So to me, you know, part of my problem solving algorithm has been to, you know, stay positively charged. And there's so much that can bring you down just from social media to, you know, your peers, to the news, to whatever's going on in the world. That's, you know, why I like to have an escape. Like, I have to meditate. I have to have Cashmere Collective in my life to kind of, you know, balance me out. Like, I might go off too far to the left, and then it's like, okay, I can come back and get my zen right here with Cashmere. You know what I mean? It's like I come back to that to continue to reset. That's been like the reset frequency for me, and I feel like that's important for all human beings. So that's why, you know, I wanted to share that art with people, because I'm like, it helps me. So hopefully it can help somebody else.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's cutting through, or do you feel like sometimes people just feel like DJ Spins are just listening to all trap beats all day, like only making trap beats? Or like...
Well, from the way I see it now, like, yeah, in the beginning, you know, I'm sure like when they saw me post like the first instrumental album or whatever, they like, okay. Then they see me post another instrumental album, they're like, okay. Another one. It's like, oh, maybe I should listen this time. You know what I mean? And so I've seen, you know, the transition. You know what I mean, from where I started at the beginning of this journey to now, and I definitely could say that I'm very pleased with the amount of people that I've been able to affect, and I hope that I can affect a lot more.
Yeah. No, you've been all over the country, really all over the world, Japan, Singapore, like just to name a few. But I'm thinking like, well, how has that travel, you know, impacted, you know, your way of thinking as well?
Man, travel is amazing. Just to me, for the simple fact of the perspective that you gain every time you travel. So I tell people all the time, like, you know, especially when I run into somebody who might be complaining about a situation, which I recently had to talk about, and I'm just like, man, I know, you know, from being, you know, of faith, I'm sure you heard the term a lot of times, you don't know how blessed you are. But I really like to reiterate that to people, because in my travels, I've seen a lot of, you know, cool things, but I've also seen, you know, people living in conditions that I couldn't imagine. You know what I'm saying? So I realized that we live in America, and, you know, America is what it is, but from my travels and my, you know, my 10s and 20s of countries that I've seen, we are very, very blessed. And then not even in the sense of you're driving a Benz or a Bentley or a Rolls Royce or anything like that. If you could be out here in a 1-bedroom apartment, you have AC, you have, like your mother said, a roof over your head, you have a bathroom. Like, I don't think people understand that people don't have that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
electricity and light.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go to the grocery store. You don't have to kill your food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, for me, you know, the traveling just opened my brain up to see, like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of stuff out here, and like, you know, a lot of the shit, you know, people act like brats about, or excuse me, I don't know if I can curse, but the stuff that people act like brats about, like, man, like, you're extremely blessed, man. It could be worse.
Definitely.
It could be worse. Definitely.
Well, Spence, you know, I ain't ready for you to go yet. You know what I'm saying? But I've enjoyed.
I appreciate it.
I've enjoyed the conversation, and I gotta make sure that I invite you back. That we continue this going on. This is floor 62. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to the building. You know, like,
yes, sir.
this is where we're gonna be at. So we're gonna turn up Tune Freak. We're gonna turn up Cashmere Collector. We're gonna turn up DJ Spins, man. What do you want to leave the people with?
Hey man, I just want to leave them with peace, man. Thank you for having me. You know what I'm saying? Just want to send love and peace, man.
Okay, well, y'all heard it, man. Look, from Augusta, Georgia, is my brother from another mother, man. Shout out to your mom. Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to Mama Soul. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
All good.
Very grateful.
Thank you, Spins, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, man.
All right, peace.
They wanna see me fail, but I won't let them get the best of me. I'm gonna hold it down and ride it out until the death of me. You know I'm the missing ingredient that's in your recipe. Shouts out to my enemies. I'm scream.
J.Soul.
Baby boy, grand hustle boy.
up, man? It's your boy KT, man. We out here in Oakland City, man. Showing baby boy love this stunt video now. The crew do it, nigga.
Okay, cool. What it do, man? Y'all already know, man. Your boy Young LA. We out here, man. West side kicking it, man. You know, zone folks stand up out here in Oakland City, man. My little brother from little baby boy. We out here doing his video. Stunting. You know what we do. Cups up. It's in the house. We out here to party. Just cool on the, you know, on the real good day. We got the kids out here. A lot of ladies came out supporting our movement. Y'all look out for baby boy. Baby boy on the move, man.
J.Soul. We got another one. I'm a money-making nigga on the money-making mission. I got plans.
The heart was in it. All the people showing love, and that's what it's about, you know what I mean? So stay tuned, we'll be right back after these scheduled, you know, messages.
I'm a money-making nigga on the money-making mission. I got plans to go and get it while you slacking on your pep and I get nothing but.
First video shoot for Baby Boy, man. We're real excited, man. J.Soul the Genius, 84soul.com. That's like my last name. This is the first thing. It's, you know, we were a little late, but it's all good. The sun just came out. It's a beautiful day.
Bitch, I'm bossed up. Lean in the cup. Pull up to the door. Bitch, I'm bossed up.
You know who this is, man. This your boy, the Country King, representing Groundhouse to the fullest. Red about to come. Hold on, baby. Go get that Cocaine 2 mixtape. Go drop that lean with Yo Gotti and Young LA, man. That's my single, man. You know, we be leaning like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Easter color and the goddamn white cup, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Can't forget. Swag on 100 band. What up, baby boy? Let's get it, man. Introduction, man.
Produced by Crack Team, man. Production. Crack Team Production. That means everything they touch is crack. Got to know that, man.
Crack team, crack team, crack team.
J.Soul.
Baby boy, grand hustle boy, young LA. Swag on 100 man. Get them out, I be stacking, man. Running out there, getting money, man. I'm a ball till I fall. Got 'em mad, 'cause my swag on 100 man. Get them out, I be stacking, man. Running out there, getting money, man. I'm a ball till I fall. Got 'em mad, 'cause my swag on 100 man. Sex is shopping, Nina Marcus falling. I do this every day 'cause I be popping tags often. Money's not a problem, so I ball. It lean is smaller, turn down the wall. Buy everything I want, 100,000 when I cash out. I be like free me partner, I'ma shop until I pass out. Pockets filled with guap, money I got plenty. Gotta buy it all and leave them all empty. Get them out, I be stacking, man. Running out there, getting money, man. I'm a ball till I fall. Got 'em mad, 'cause my swag on 100 man. Get them out, I be stacking, man. Running out there, getting money, man. I'm a ball till I fall. Got 'em mad, 'cause my swag on 100 man. Walking to the mall by all the antique 7 jeans. Air Hardy 87, 32 in LRG. All the Coogee, all the Polo, all the Louis and Lacoste. When I feel my white boy swag, I just go shop at Hollister's. Eating out for Dodger. Saturday I rock a True Religion with the Prada. Money I got a lot of. Pockets filled with guap. Money I got plenty. Gotta buy it all and leave them all empty. Get them out, I be stacking, man. Running out there, getting money, man. I'm a ball till I fall. Got 'em mad, 'cause my swag on 100 man. Get them out, I be stacking, man. Running out there, getting money, man. I'm a ball till I fall. Got 'em mad, 'cause my swag on 100 man.
That what shawty do. Stunt, sound 60 cool. Stunt, when I'm with the fam.
Hopping out the lamb. All I know is turn it up and all I know is play. G4, G5, all I know is J. Winning about that ass, that thing got shitted on the bed. 5-time team and I put that on my chest. Hottest in the city, I go hard on all the rest. Bidding for a show and I ain't taking nothing less. Crosses on me everywhere like oh my God, I'm blessed. Bidding for a show and I ain't taking nothing less.
Hit the mall, I be stuntin', 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 man. Riding all day, getting money, 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 man. I'ma fall till I fall. Got a man, come my swag on 100, man. Hit the mall, I be stuntin', 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 man. Riding all day, getting money, 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 man. I'ma fall till I fall. Got a man, come my swag on 100, man.
J.Soul.
Baby boy, grand hustle boy, young LA, swag on 100, man. Swag on 100, man.
Wake up, man. It's the J.Soul morning show. I told y'all I had a brand new guest for y'all, a very special guest. Man, he's from Cartersville, but he's been all over the place performing, writing for people like Future, Jacquees, some of your favorite people. I've worked with him, and I'm very honored to have my brother joining with me today, man. K Major. What's up, man?
How you feeling?
Where you at today?
Man, I'm in Atlanta. I just got here. I've been traveling. I went to New Orleans to see my family. Like my dad, my sister live there. She got a nonprofit out there that's doing well. So I went out there to check on her and visit them. And now I'm back here for the new week, ready to get started. You know how it go.
Okay, you got a sister with a nonprofit in New Orleans?
Yeah, so my sister has a nonprofit called Mission Rebirth. And she was previously incarcerated, you know what I'm saying, wrongfully accused but incarcerated.
Right.
And, you know, when you got things on your record that make it's hard to recover. So you got people that's got felonies on their record or whatever on their record, but they good people. They working people with degrees or whatever. And then, you know, when they try to work past that point, you can't really get hired anywhere. You got to kind of start over. And it's like a burden on you. Like you can never be better. Even when you're better, you can never be better. So she created a nonprofit to help those people get job interviews, show them different ways to maneuver in the ways that she made it, you know what I'm saying, throughout that. And even going to get her record expunged and, you know, different things like that and getting multiple degrees and studying at Xavier. That's something that she's been doing. So it's became big to where she's partnered with the city, like the mayor, the sheriff's department, a lot of people down there. And it's just expanded massively.
I've got to go check that out, man, because you know that this is so in line with the work that me and a lot of people close to me do. And I had no idea. I didn't even know you had a sister, man. So it's good we having this interview now.
Yeah,
So.
my sister's the oldest of us all.
Okay.
She's the oldest
Okay.
of three. So
Okay.
she kind of set the foundation for us all. And you know, she ran across some hard times in her life to where she was helping people and was in the wrong crowd, and she, you know, took full responsibility. But the blessing, you know, it's like a full circle moment happening right now where the same people who, you know, accused her and locked her up and did all that are the same people that's granting her grants and things and such, and partnering with her to do better in the community. So it's amazing to see. You know, it's God's work, definitely.
Yeah, God said He'll make your enemies the footstool now. So.
And that's exactly what I'm seeing happen, bro. On a daily.
That's what's up. Let's go to your music journey because I read your bio too. 15 years old, Cartersville. So give me some of your music background and give us some of your journey.
Yeah, man. I started doing music when I was 12 years old, 12, 13 in Cartersville, Georgia. And, you know, I was playing sports at first. I was in the band in high school, and I love music. You know, my dad did bookings.
What did you play in the band real quick, man?
Well, okay, so I started on trumpet.
Oh, okay.
Like my 8th grade year, my 7th grade year. And
Okay.
I hated it. I learned it. This is how I was introduced to learning reading music. But
Got you.
all the cool kids was in drumline. You know, all the black kids, especially. And it was like, yo, all my homies in drumline. What's up? Why am I doing? The trumpet was shiny at first, but the drums was just crazy. You know, it was a culture, and drumline that came out that year.
True.
So at this point, like I played trumpet. They didn't allow you to switch instruments, but my mom cornered the music teacher in Walmart, got me a tryout, and so all summer I self-taught myself. We couldn't afford lessons. I had to catch up with the kids. They already had a year ahead of me, so I had to catch up. And I went to like the people older than me to learn over the summer and trained, and then I became a snare drummer.
Okay.
And I was in marching band, and I stood strong with it. But I also was rapping. You know, I was touching with raps and burning CDs and recording myself and making beats. I was experimenting with that at a young age, and had a lot of peers around me who was doing the same thing. Just in a small town, we didn't have a way out. So,
how small is Cartersville? Like,
I mean, now it's grown. You know, we got people like Trevor Lawrence, Ashton Hagens. Even on the music side, we got people like Brian Sannon. He's got crazy TikTok following. He just dropped. He's been dropping hella records that's streaming millions. You know what I'm saying? And he shot a video at our movie theater. That's unheard of. Like, but where it was when I was growing up was like the population was maybe 60, 70,000 people, and out of that you maybe had like 10,000 black people. We had 3 schools there, small town, barely hit a radio station in Atlanta. No music outlet at all. Like you just rapped. That was it. Like, and you sold product to people in the city. Other than that, making it big was like a dream, really a dream.
So how did you get out of that?
Yeah, so I'm working at McDonald's in 2005, 6. I'm working at McDonald's. Off the exit, right off the exit 288, still there in Cartersville. And DJ Yola at the time has a song called I Ain't Gonna Let Up. That's out in Atlanta. MySpace is showing us this. You know what I'm saying? MySpace is where you're seeing all this at. YouTube really ain't the thing yet. It's MySpace. So we on MySpace finding out about artists, and all of a sudden I look up, I'm clocking out of work, about to get out of work, and I see DJ Yola. I'm like, hey, you look familiar. I'm like, hey, DJ Yola. So he had his security, his management team, they had jewelry on. Like that. So I walked up to the guy with the jewelry on. His name was Big Ron, and that was his manager. He also, you know, fast forward, Big Ron was managing Shawty Red, Fat Boy, the producer. These people at the time. And he had a company partner with Fat Boy in called Black Shield. So, you know, they were together. I didn't really know who Fat Boy was or Shawty Red like that. I just knew Yellow. You know, I wasn't in the production line yet. I was making beats, but I wasn't big on. If you want Timberland, Swiss Beats, For Real, like those names, I really didn't know. You know, I didn't know the South like Toon or Drummer Boy, like these names, like like the brand of producers, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I meet them. I got, you know, 14-year-old energy, 15-year-old energy. I'm like, yo, I'm the hottest guy in the city. Like, you need to listen to my music. Like, what's up? But I didn't go to the artist. I knew better than that. I went to the manager, and he was like, man, off my face, you know. But I worked at McDonald's, so I had some pull in there. So I was like, well, look, man, McDonald's on me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I pay for all the McDonald's if you listen to my music. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I ended up giving them a discount, getting the McDonald's discount, you know. And while they was bagging up all them large orders and stuff, I was off of work. So I went to the car with the manager and played him some songs, and he was mind blown. He was like, wait, you talented for real. Like, this is hard. Like, bro, we got a boom, boom, boom. Like, where your parents at? You know, like, so that ended up being my first situation, my first management deal, production deal. It wasn't for beats. It was just being an artist. You know, I went by like K-Swag back then or something.
K-Swag, I saw that.
I was Young Star, and I was KB the Youngster. And then it was K-Swag, then K-Major.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, so that was my K-Swag era. And I was introduced to the industry at that point. I was around acts like Gucci, and, you know, R. Kelly had signed this artist at the time. Kalina from Dirty Money was writing a lot of that stuff. Yin Yang Twins, Mike Jones, Waka, the beginning of Waka, Southside, before he made beats and stuff.
And how old were you right here?
I'm like 14, 15 years old.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
I, as a matter of fact, I was 16 because I had just started driving.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, I'm 16 because I can drive to Atlanta on my own. At first, I couldn't, so it was like a transition between 15 and 16. At first, I couldn't drive when I first met them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
I really wasn't driving. I think I had my learners or something, or my parents let me drive, but I wasn't supposed to. It was something crazy, but I was that young, man. I had a song called "When I Start Driving" on one of them songs that I played them.
I gotta hear the old K Swag music. You gotta
Yeah,
play
my city know. Like people from Cartersville definitely know. They definitely know what's going on with that. They like, okay, we remember all this. So yeah, from there, man, I continued to go to high school in my city. It was more of a business for me at that point. Not really strong business, just like I knew I was a brand. I knew I was a product. I feel like I had a deal, you know what I'm saying? I got a record deal now, so I'm moving different. So I had my crew with me. I started 3MG, my own company, and it was just kind of like, you 3MG, you 3MG, we 3MG, this 3MG, you know, at first. Then I was in a group called 3MG where it was me and my homie. We named ourselves 3MG,
Right.
and it was me and an artist named Chosen One. I got a big story, long story, bro. With that turned into me and him. This is the same era of time. Signed the Fat Boy and Big Ron and them. That deal lasts 2 years. I get out of that deal. Nothing happens in that deal for real. I just really learned what the industry is, and I'm learning this like new, like fresh, like freshman. So right after that, I feel like I had more confidence getting out that deal to kind of like do it myself and get back to some of my old ways of dropping music and selling it because I was making money, but also knowing it's a bigger world out here. So that's when me and Anthony decided to be a group, and this is like my junior, senior year of high school. And then ongoing, or not junior, senior year, I'm gonna say senior year. Yeah, senior year past that point, it was me and Anthony. And we did that for 2-3 years, and we did shows in Atlanta. Now my brother is in Atlanta, like my older brother is in Atlanta, so he kind of managing us at the time and helping us set the LLCs up. This is like 2009 now. He helping us get the LLC for 3MG Entertainment, and boom, boom, boom. And then right when this happens, we don't have no budget. We don't have nothing going on. We just all my brother putting his money in. Like, he had a job running 200 here and helping with CDs, and then me having to get my hustle on. And this was going on at this time. And
you gotta send me some pictures and some videos and stuff. We're gonna run it through while we talk about it.
Yeah, it's so much. I'm pulling it. I actively been pulling it for the last 3 years, trying to pull different stuff.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's about telling the stories. You know, nobody gonna tell our stories like we can tell our stories. And then a lot of times when people do be telling some of the story and then they kind of leave, you're like, oh yeah, okay, y'all didn't want to talk about Scream, or y'all didn't want to, you didn't want to talk about K Major, like.
I try exactly. I get left out of a lot of people's stories, and so I try to tell mine and try to make sure I remember everybody that was a part. Of course, sometimes you're not gonna remember. I remember everybody, but in storytelling mode, sometimes you're telling general storylines and a specific, like who brung you here, who took you here. But a lot of people played a part, whether it was small and big in my career. I know that for a fact. So I know it's a lot of people out here that's just like, yeah, I drove into the studio, or yeah, I did this, and I'm like, yeah, I was moving as a kid. I'm everywhere doing everything. But yeah, me and Ant was in Atlanta.
You and Ant was in Atlanta. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, me and Ant was in Atlanta, man, and that just turned into just continuing learning. If I'm to summarize it, I'm just learning. And this person, my manager now, and Nina Nine from Sirius Radio, and then Coach K, my manager for a little bit, and then I'm independent again, and I got an investor. Like, I kind of been through a lot of that, to figure out who I am today.
Right. You talked about learning, so I wanted to get maybe like 2 or 3 things you would say that you learned from the industry dealing. You've been around since you were 14, and I guess you're about 33 now. 33. Born in '91. So give them some gems.
Well, the biggest one I learned, I can't even say biggest, but the one I'm on right now, where I put a magnifying glass, is age doesn't matter in this industry. I think a lot of us start off wanting that record deal. Like, I want to sign a record deal, but I don't think we really know what that is. I think that we just put 2 things together. Like, most of the time people say they signed a record deal, now they got a Bentley outside. I think that's what happens, and in that is a lot of pressure that comes with that. Because everybody's hustling, right? So you got the managers and people that's going to tell you need to be a certain age to get in the game. But really, that's just like, you need to be young enough for me to fuck you over. You know what I'm saying? And once you get old enough for me not to fuck you over, now you're a threat. You know what I'm saying? Now you're competition, and it's not so friendly. So I think that's what I learned. I came in young. So coming in young, everybody loves the young guy. Everybody can make some money with the young guy. It's effortless. It's just like you just be yourself. You be a gullible kid who don't know, like, hey, what's that? And they like, oh my gosh, he doesn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's just kind of that. And then as you progress, I think when I hit the 25 meter, that's when I saw the reality, and I kind of just started turning my face at the game. It was kind of like, this is category 5 time. Now the game is like, oh, how old is he? 25. Oh, he's too old. Like at 25? Like what? Like I'm in the middle of the culture. Like the girls like me. Like I go outside. Like I don't have a problem in today's society. I don't know who's making this decision, but at that point I decipher the game of what it is. It's a business. Man, really just, you know, obtaining value, self-value, self-value. You could be valuable to different people in the industry and they'll use you for that. You know, I think this far that people have seen I'm a great songwriter and producer. So when people look at me, they lean more towards what they benefit off of for me, you know, and not really who I am. You know, it takes my focus off because you got to survive, right? You gotta make money to pay your rent and do things like that, but you also got to be fully yourself. And that decision sometimes is what I fought with a lot. So that's the biggest thing I learned. Just accept me for who I am, how I like to wear my hair, how I like to dress. What do I like to express? Because it's expression. It's not a systematic approach that should be, you know, that sometimes we see in music where it's like, sound like this, be like this, dress like this, hop, dance like this, or you're not a star. So like, what's a star? You know, like exactly.
What's a star? What's a hit?
What's a superstar? and if people know what this is and how to build them, then why don't we have a new superstar every week?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I put all these things together in my head over the years of going crazy, quitting, giving up on myself, and now I'm kind of just coasting at my own pace of like, I think self-discovery. I want to say like I'm rediscovering myself, like what I love, what I like to do.
Okay, we'll talk about that. What's some of the things you discovered that you like to do that's going on now?
Music style. I feel like I've been limited in music. Even to my peers, and I'm talking to people, I'm like, I can't continue to do the same things that I've done. I do like doing those things. I see what people like, but I see what people like, you know. So sometimes your people around you will push a certain thing, like a certain agenda. You sound like this, or I love this about you, or okay, I love this about you, and I fall for those, you know, things because you're always searching for what people like, right? But the fans tell me like, hey, we like all of you. Like we like when you rap, we like when you sing, we like when you make beats, we like all of that. So a lot of times in my past, I would produce for Future or Usher, Chris Brown, Jacquees, whatever. But you listen to K Major albums, and I would only produce one song. You know, I would kind of be discouraged when it came to my stuff, right? Or I would let people come in and do my stuff. But it's just like at a certain point, you realize like, wait, I'm great. Like people can help, we can collaborate, but I run this shit. Like this.
I feel you.
Yeah, like I make the beats around this motherfucker, like, cause it's me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I can. And God gave me that ability. Like He gave me the ability to be a producer and play instruments and post produce and engineer and mix and master. And sometimes you just have people like, I guess, I don't know. It's like, hey, I want to be involved, but he do so much. So what can I do? And for a lot of times I would give people those positions. Oh, you can make the beat, bro. Oh no, you can do this. So now I'm kind of I'm focused to like listen to these ideas. This is what I'm thinking, and see what you can add to, or you can come to the table with something. But I'm always gonna put my like, nah, that's not what I'm on right now, or this is what I'm on, and I keep that. Like I set that precedent. What's going on?
Tell me, and I like that. I like that, and I think that's what artists need to be for real. You know, like I think the freer an artist can be, and not being told what to do, or you know, learn how to engineer, learn how to record, just learn how to write a B section, or you know, like
And to piggyback off that, I don't even think that is really like so much of that. I think it's more like my campaign right now that I'm on is men lie, women lie, right?
Okay.
But it's kind of like, why do we lie? Right? Why do we lie? Is all lying negative? Sometimes we lie for a positive, sometimes we lie for a negative. But lying is lying. We all agree that a lie is a lie. Like we know what a lie is, but do we know what a lie does? Like if the public really knew everything, could we survive? So are we lied to for our survival? You know what I'm saying? And I say all that to say, like, in this industry, I don't think that people know how to decipher the truth and lies, right?
Okay.
And so, like, we don't know why the lie is being presented. And we need to focus on why the lie is there and not that it's a lie. Like, we can identify, we can feel a lie. We can be like, you lying, or that's a lie. I don't feel right about what you said. But can you decipher that that's a real lie? Or, like, can you decipher why that lie is present? Because sometimes you need to be lied to. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm
so it's a
following you.
conversation that I'm starting, man. It's just a conversation I'm starting. I think that a lot of people want to know why people lie. Women want to know why men lie. Men want to know why women lie. And then at jobs, we want to know why we lie too. As we survive every day, we want to know why we're lied to about the food we eat and the things that we do. So that's the campaign I'm on right now. Men lie and women lie.
So what's your solution for this? What's
Like I said, I think that it's a balance of life. I think that it's gonna happen. I think that the person that even judges the liar is a liar.
The person who judges the liar is a liar.
Is a liar.
Okay.
In a way, you might just not feel like your lie is for a negative reason. I'm not gonna tell my mom this, or I'm not gonna tell this person this because I don't want them to crash out. You know, I don't want to tell people I got money because I don't want everybody asking me for something. You know, so every lie isn't just to misdirect in a negative way. Sometimes it's just for everybody's well-being. Because if you start asking me for too much shit, I'm gonna cut you off. So I'd rather just tell you I'm not gonna tell you I have anything. We're just gonna act normal, right? And see how you really feel about me. Like sometimes within a lie you'll find the truth. So a lot of times, so I think that's what it is. I'm not saying it's okay to lie in every situation. I'm just saying that that's what the answer is. I don't think we'll ever find some answers as far as it being one thing with billions of people on the planet.
It also brings up the question, what really is the truth? What really is the truth other than what we agree on?
And that's the search. And that's the search that everybody is on every day. Is it true that you should work for yourself? Is it true that you should work for other people? Because both you survive and both you could pay your bills, but it's just like some people don't want Lamborghinis. Some people content with what they got and they'll go work a job and work there. My grandmother worked for 60 years straight, didn't complain. You know, because at one point Black people couldn't even work all jobs, right? We were slaves. So having a job at one point was like, damn, hell yeah, we made it, right? And now in culture, it's like entrepreneurship is the new thing. And so it's like having a job, is that cool to have or whatever? But I think we're getting back to a point to now where people are like, yo, if we don't work, we ain't gonna eat. And robots got to replace us. So we gotta act fast, right? I think we're getting to that. So that's where we at with it, man. We're in search of the truth. And I feel like your truth is who you are. Your intention, your spirit, right? Like when the things that you do that you don't tell yourself to do.
Yeah, your habits.
Your habits, your peace, your happiness, your circle, your inner core, your like nothing matters but what you feel in this space. I think that's what we all searching for, and I think that's the truth. The truth is I don't like going to the club. The truth is I don't even like hanging with y'all like that. Y'all don't represent what I represent. The truth is I don't like doing this. The truth is this, but the lie is a survival tactic that we use to survive. And it's happening all around us. I see people that ain't really who they are, you know, but to make a little money, they got to be that, right? And at the end of the day, they just trying to pay their bills and make it to the next day. So I don't judge people. I just know that we have to live more in truth. Like, you know, and if we search for that within ourselves, then you'll find that a lot of things that you do, you don't even like doing. You're doing it for somebody else. Do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
So you look at yourself and you value yourself. Like you said, when we got on the phone, you was like, yeah, man, I'm in a space to where I'm me, you know? Like this is me. Like this is mine, this is me, this is what I'm doing. I feel good about it. It's my calling, it's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it wholeheartedly. I think that's the energy that we all search for.
That's right. That's right. Now, we've all had some adversity and things had to shift. You know, do you share something where you feel like in the music journey, this happened and then I had to like bounce back and, you know?
Yeah, I think that I started to work with my idols. You know, a lot of my idols, a lot of people that I looked up to coming in the game for what they were doing, right? And then I learned like, okay, that's the PR version. That's kind of like we've only been told the positives, right? They covered up the negatives as much as they could. As many of the negatives as they could, they covered, but the positives is what we've seen out of people at the highest level. But then you get around those people and you're exposed to the negatives and you realize that we're all human. Like we're no different. We're the same. So at that point I started having, you know, it felt like a competitive journey with my idols. You know, where it felt like I don't have the cars and the credits and the nothing. I don't have any of that really. I'm talented. I love music and I want to go here. You know what I'm saying? And if you can help me, I definitely want to be a part of that. And however I can help you, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you see value in me to where I could be a part. But I feel like within my career and that I found a lot of jealousy, envy of the pure things that I have. My light, right? My spirit, my light. You can't break somebody's light. You can't break that in a person. You only can, music is one thing, but who they are is another thing, right? So it's like, you might not play my song on radio, but my ability to socialize with people and connect with people, you can't break. I was given that from God. So, and sometimes that intimidates people, right? Sometimes that intimidates people. So when you in a room and you got too much light, or you got a personality that's big in a room, then a person with a small personality will look at you as an enemy, you know? Or they'll look at you like, I want to be him, and envy you, and that envy, jealousy, like they'll have those things instead of being motivated or inspired, right? You can't choose where people lean. So that's what I noticed at a certain point in my career. I think it was when I started working with a lot of my idols.
So how do you navigate through that and still be able to be K Major?
Yeah, I think that's where the human you comes, right? So if somebody walk up to you and slap you, no matter where you at, you don't want to fight. Yeah, so it's like when you walk into a room, you professional, right? I got my collar buttoned up, I got my tie on, like I speak professional, like I'm here to do my job, and I mean this, like I genuinely came here to do my job and be professional. Like I don't hate anybody, I don't want to harm anybody, right? But then you get bullied and punched and beat up and kicked to a point where you're like, hey man, I'm a grown man, bro, I'll beat your ass, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You become that person, and then you see everybody kind of like frail. And everybody's scared of you. But then what I learned about the industry is when you do that, now you're hard to work with, or you deemed just aggressive. You know, you just got aggressive personality. It might have never been me. You know, I never had a really aggressive personality, but respect is another thing. So like I said, sometimes you get pushed to a point of humanness. And I think that's what people mean by sell your soul. I think when you get pushed to that point, you either can sell your soul and say, you know what, I know this is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Let me make a lot of money. I'll just be whatever you want me to be. Or it's kind of like, well, now my character says and how Gray says that don't line up with my belief, right?
Right.
Life in a whole. So I would rather not have the fame and the fortune. Okay. If that means that I can keep my dignity and my character and go home and sleep well at night. So I feel like a lot of people have made that decision. You know, I'm not the first. I just feel like I'm the first to kind of break it down in a way that people can hear it and be like, well, dang, that's it. That's I'm not tripping. Like, that's it. So men lie, women lie. That's where I'm at.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Give me maybe like 2 or 3 highlights, your favorite things that has happened to you in the music industry.
Oh man, getting my first placements. Shout out to people like DJ Spins. People that just saw me at a time and, you know, didn't have to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like people that you've seen winning and getting credits and they just did something small, like acknowledge you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you hard. Like that go a long way, I think, that, and people don't really notice that changed everything for me. Cause I remember walking up to, and I just use him specifically because we got a lot of music out. And it's like, I remember walking up to him one time in the club and he was like, oh, your beat 7,500. You know, I was like, nobody. Hey, bro, I want some beats, 7,500. Talk to my manager. And then you learn relationships. Like Nina Nine's my manager at Sirius Radio. Spans pulled up to the crib one time. I see him, smoke one with him. Well, I don't even think he smoked. I think I smoked, but smoked one. And then met him then. You know, now I'm signed to Dream. DJ MLK sends me a beat. I do a hook. It's on the Spins beat, you know what I'm saying? Spins, like, what is this? He's like, oh, it's K Major. So that's how I learned value, you know what I'm saying? But those times of people at their level, even DJ MLK, Nina Nine, all these people, to already have motion going on, and their careers going their own life, and to say, he's talented, I'm a rock with him. Whether it was a short time or a long time, those things let me know, like, okay, yeah, it's an affirmation. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Because they see it, like, and that's all they see. That's all they're around. But they see me and I'm not even there. And they like, yo, you one of them. You're supposed to be over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's big for me.
Okay, well, I've been seeing all these plaques you've been coming to your place and stuff. You know?
Oh, yeah, man. We set up and we load up. They on every wall. If you was here, you'll see they on every wall. I used to not be a plaque person.
I feel you.
I really still well, I can't say now I am, but I wasn't a black person. But I learned that a lot of doubt, when I would have conversations with people on my angle of the game, or we'd just be talking in small conversations, it was kind of like my opinion wasn't valued. I felt overlooked even in conversation. It got to that point with me where I hate to say it like this because I don't want the industry to feel away. So it's with all due respect, but I'm anti-industry, right? I don't believe in the aesthetic of the industry right now.
Yeah, I feel
The
you.
culture of the industry right now, I'm not a fan of. People got their different problems with streaming and stuff like that, but the culture, the people, the hazing,
Yeah, the Kiss the Ring.
yeah, the this is supposed to be an art that we express ourselves, and then people are supposed to get notoriety for the level they do the art on, like the high level of performance, and
Right.
it's more like, well, you're not cool with him, so I ain't cool with you, or you ain't have sex with this person, or you ain't pay this person, so and we forget that, especially in Black culture, we forget that we grew up in poverty, we grew up with nothing.
Right.
So, but they expect us to have $1 million to be heard, and I don't remember the world being like that. A lot of things that are the most notable things in the world weren't expensive; they were just valued high because of the air. Like the things we're doing now, 100 years from now, none of us will be here, right? And so the things that we're doing now will be left here as artifacts. And it's like, what are you doing? So the gatekeeping thing of not showing the highest forms of art from the human society, not putting notoriety to that, or you basically saying you're burying history right in front of your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because the people 100 years from now won't even discover it,
right,
or know it was even done. So we got like Etta James, we got just a lot of people, poets and Van Gogh, and it's before a blog site.
That's right. That's right.
But these things really mean something to the culture and art.
Yeah, they've packaged it up and made it a system.
Exactly.
When it was music and we were just supposed to share it, and if you're working hard, great. Then it was never supposed to be like, okay, you working hard, but we got this person signed over here, so we're gonna make it look real easy for them.
I did a Black Excellent Awards. I actually won Artist of the Year, but I actually learned more at this award show than ever. I've been to the BT Awards. I've been to a lot of award shows, but this specific, it was in Cartersville. They got their own Black Excellent Awards up there now, right? We done gone to that. Like we doing it big, like a real award show, like big. But it goes over the history of the people from there and the things that we've done in the world that's been big and impactful. And when I looked into that and I'm learning, I'm like, yeah, a lot of these people weren't famous.
Yeah.
They weren't rich.
Right.
Martin Luther King, I didn't remember them saying he had $10 million or $100 million.
Right. Exactly.
Malcolm X. I just remember these people making impact. So it's like the oversaturation of the market makes us feel like we need that. When really the work you put in every day is validation. You don't know who you motivating, where you motivating them at. Like you doing a radio show right now. If I'm back to my 12-year-old self, or even me at this age, seeing you do it, it's like, dang, I want to, like, dang, bro, how you do that? Right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's that, and you motivating somebody to be like, man, I want to be on radio. You don't know.
That's right. That's right. That's
beauty
right.
of the art. That's the beauty. That's the beauty. That's what keeps me going.
Well, that's what's up, man. Tell these folk what's up with K Major. What's the next project, and how they can get in contact with you if they need to.
Definitely. Follow me at K Major Music. Website The Real K Major. I'm about to do a contest. So basically, the contest is like men lie, women lie. What's the biggest lie you've been told, right? And the best story that I see, I'm gonna choose like 13 people for a live event to come out to the studio, and we're gonna make a song based on the concept, right? So I'm gonna do that. That's what's coming up next. I'm gonna open that up to the public soon. I'm kind of wrapping my arms around it, my hands around it, my mind around how I want to do that. But I just want to start this conversation and get to the bottom of it, but with people, and stir it up. Let's make content around it. Like, I may give people a chance to get in the video, but I definitely want people at the studio to help me create it. I want to give them an opportunity. I want to open up my subscribers, my fan list, and my fan base, so we can start doing things together and curate events of this kind of energy, this energy. So that's what's coming up now. I'm also putting out songs weekly. I got one coming out Friday called Talk to Me Nice. I dropped one last week called Compliments, and I dropped one a week before that called No Boo.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly just feeding people, but at this stage rather, I'm just making it make sense with what we really talking about. You know what I'm saying? So as we have these conversations, we creating the music, we putting it out. That's where I'm at. So look forward to that from me. Definitely subscribe on my website and on my IG. Look out for the posts, look out for the links, so you can be up to date on all that. We're gonna go.
Okay, beautiful, man. And what do you want to leave them with, man? What you want to leave the people with? Floor 62 Radio, Floor 62 TV, man.
Man, right here today on Floor 62 TV, man. Keep going. Believe in yourself. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest message I can tell you. The world ain't gonna believe in you. It's gonna be people standing right beside you that say they believe in you, that don't believe in you, and you're not tripping. Just always believe in yourself. Search for the truth. Don't put yourself in positions you don't like it. Don't do it. Stay in your bag. And grow in that direction. Search for new things.
Yeah. Well, y'all just heard from K Major. You know what I'm saying? He's in the ATL right now. He got all the plaques going on right now, but that's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And music coming out every single Friday. He's going to be tapped into Floor 62 Radio. I'm going to be tapped into the story, the contest, and all of it. So we going to see. Men lie, women lie. So let's see what's going on with it. All right. Thank you, K Major, man. You going to come back to the show, bro?
Definitely. Appreciate y'all having me, man. Anytime.
Okay, cool.
Anytime.
Cool. Well, take care, man. Thank you for coming to the show, and we'll see you next time.
Man, love, bro.
All love, bro.
Oh, till the music stop. My bad, I had you extra loaded over here. So.
Wake up. It's the J.Soul morning show. And of course, you know, I always bring the best of the best guests to the show. Today, you know, I have Brandi, and she's going to be talking about being a shaman. Now, if you don't know what a shaman is, you need to stay tuned because we're going to learn together, okay? We're going to do something together. J.Soul morning show, and it's Brandi. What's up, Brandi?
Rich Rising, Kings and Queens. So excited to be here with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I don't want to mess up your last name. Is it Mazeshian?
Yes, you got it.
Yeah, Brandi Mazeshian is on the J-Soul morning show, y'all. Tell everybody where you are today.
Wow, I am literally in the middle of nowhere in the Ozark Mountains. I love mountain energy, and spirit tends to move me from mountain to mountain. I'm in the Ozarks right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Are you on a specific journey or how, like, tell me something
Uh,
about it.
Absolutely on a specific journey, right? As you know, this is that time on the planet. And I'm on the front lines of the spiritual warfare happening. So I go wherever spirit tells me to go. Most
Sure.
recently, I was in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Now I'm in the Ozark Mountains, probably the Rockies next. So
Okay.
my journey has me moving at specific times to show up where God needs me to be to have the conversations that I need to have.
Okay. Okay. So that's perfect. You know, like, I know Blue Ridge is in Georgia. Ozark, where's that?
Arkansas.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about the journey getting there, and
Mm.
because you mentioned you're a shaman. Tell our listeners what a shaman is.
Okay, in really simple terms, a shaman is someone who is able to connect with the spirit realm and bring messages back to this side or healing remedies back from the other side to this realm.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it.
Hmm.
So tell me your journey discovering that you had this gift. How did this all start? Where are you from? Give us a
Yes.
sense, because people don't know how good of friends we are, and but we're gonna get into it as we get into this conversation. So give us
Okay.
a little bit of background.
All right. So I would say my own awareness started at 8 years old, right? But
Okay.
my story, as my family could tell you, started when I was 4. And
Hmm.
so at 4 years old, I displayed very intense, powerful spiritual gifts.
Okay.
Um, some people call them psychic gifts. I use psychic and spiritual interchangeably when it comes to giftings. Okay, you'll see why in a
Okay.
moment. So when I was younger, I was able to move things with my mind, including people. As you can imagine, this concerned my parents. So, they took me to
I'm
be
sure.
tested. They took me to be tested, and they found out that I was off the charts intelligence wise, all this kind of razzmatazz, right? So I was 4 years old in the first grade. That's kind of what they thought they should do with me at that time, was just put her in a higher class, and that'll fix it. Um,
Okay.
it didn't. But I was fortunate. I was fortunate that the school that I went to in the Metro Atlanta area took gifted kids like me and put us in the woods. So while other kids went to school and went sat in the classroom, I would go to school and get on a bus, and they drive us up to Dahlonega to the Blue Ridge Mountains, and we'd be in the woods all day. And
Mm.
this really helped me establish a very deep connection with earth, with nature, and of course with the divine.
Okay.
Instead of being in a room with teachers and, don't do this, do this, I got to be
Hmm.
outside in nature. And so that really kind of opened something up inside of me. And by the time I was 12, I sorted out that I wanted to be a doctor.
Okay.
I wanted to make people feel better. Okay.
Gotcha.
I went to college to do it, got a job in a hospital after graduating, uh, you know, clocked in the NICU and PICU unit at UNC Chapel Hill,
Okay.
and probably lasted a year before I realized, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it.
Right.
So that was like, really the beginning of this really intense, I'm going to call it secondary spiritual awakening, because my first spiritual awakening, I was 8 years old, right? The divine came to me and said, this is who you are, this is what you do. I was 8 years old, so I was scared, like, what? you know.
Mm.
But by the time I got to 21, I could accept it. I could accept that I could see things about people that other people couldn't. I could hear God clearly. It wasn't a challenge for me to hear God. The challenge that I quickly found out was being obedient to what I was
Okay.
hearing. Okay, that was a
Got you.
real challenge.
Mm.
But about that time, I sorted out. I am here to heal people, just not with Western medicine. I'm here to connect people to God, just not in this traditional way. And
Right.
I then discovered, talking to my parents at the time, that I had shamanic medicine women on both sides of my family. So I had
Mm.
literally inherited all of these spiritual gifts from both sides of my family. And, oh my goodness, the world exploded for me. And not even in a
Wow.
great way, but in a very intense
Mm.
way.
We'll be right back. We're going to take a short break and we're going to get Brandi back. And when she comes back, she's going to talk about things exploding for her in a very big way, in a very intense way. You already heard her say she has psychic gifts that she's had since she was 8, spirit visiting at 8, telling her, hey, look, this is how you bring people to God, hearing God's voice. So when we return, we'll have Brandi back on the J.Soul Morning Show, and she's going to speak a little bit more about that conversation, okay? Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. Welcome back.
Thank you. And I am shadow banned often on social media. You are correct. The energies that be have no interest in my voice being shared. So
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, soon as you're like, yep, I hear the voice of God. I want to talk to the people. Skirt!
Yep.
Stop her, y'all. We gotta stop her.
That's it.
We gotta intersect.
That is
We're not
it.
gonna intersect today. We're on a decentralized platform. Nobody can
Excellent.
take us down. This isn't social media. This is Floor 62, and if it ain't fun,
Yes.
it ain't Floor 62.
Yes.
Yeah. So, before our commercial break, we had you were talking about things exploding for you in a big way, but it was intense.
Yes.
And so our listeners we were on the edge of our seats.
Yes.
So tell us.
So if you can imagine, I'm 21. I live in Atlanta. I'm having fun, and I'd meet friends out. Hey, how you doing? They say, oh, I'm good. But I could both see and feel their truth.
Mm-hmm.
I could see their past 24 hours. I could see that argument. I could see that, I got fired, I got evicted. I could see it. And so I was left in this really interesting space of, do I honor what they're telling me, or do I speak to what I'm seeing?
Okay.
That's a challenge.
So how do you decide that?
Well, it took me the better part of 15 years to learn how to balance both, to learn how to honor the person's truth that they were speaking and still hold space for the healing that I could see was really happening in the background.
Got
And
it.
I met you during a time where I was really going in and honing my skills, right? Where we met was a great place for me to dig in and practice my listening, but also choose to honor my own gifts.
That's right. I feel like they gave us a lot of tools to really listen to people. And if you have any gifts, it absolutely helped you increase them.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you want to talk about that journey at all?
We
Coaching
can.
people or?
We can. It was such a big part of my life. Let's see. I had been coaching for some time before I met you at Landmark, and then I was there for 6 years as a program leader and staff member, coaching people all over the country, literally from all over the world. It's an international organization, so we got to not only meet each other, but we met some pretty heavy hitters from almost every industry, from every market, right?
Right.
So I got to not only enhance my coaching skills and again, my listening skills, but connect with people from different walks of life that I probably would not have otherwise. That's something we were very proud of, is that this group, this work that we were doing was bringing together, opposing sides. into a conversation of what's possible when we work together. And I
Right.
still love that about the work that we did. And, like anything that a human creates, we were in this brilliant conversation for workability and integrity on the planet while being challenged with a lack of integrity inside the organization itself, right? So it's like both and.
Mm. You know, it's something interesting to talk about when you say there's lack of integrity inside of a corporation, especially a lot of times we talk about churches or we talk about the government and all of it, because these are all entities that the people count on them to work the way they're supposed to work. When you go to a seminar and people are helping you, you want it all the intentions to be right. When you go to church and you hearing the word and all of it, you want the energy to be right. You want the integrity to be right. You don't want stuff to be going on behind the closed doors that you got to find out.
That's right.
But I feel like a lot of organizations, especially if they've been around for a while, what happens is some corruption happens because people don't want to have uncomfortable conversations about what it will take to correct what's going on. And then when you do have conversations about what needs to be corrected, now you're a threat. Now like,
Yes.
Thomas come up here talking about we need to fix this and we need to fix that. Like he got ideas and like,
Yes, exactly that. And I will tell you, my experience with that is whenever I position myself as a corporate consultant or business coach, and there was a monetary exchange, people seemed a little bit more willing to shift. But when I show up in this space, the same as a shaman, hey, look, what the root cause of this is spiritual. The root cause of this is you're disconnected from the divine. People are not interested in that level of integrity, but it's so foundational. It's so foundational,
Yeah, like, hey, you probably haven't talked to God in a few,
Yeah.
and he'll
Yeah.
listen to you. You can talk to him. Yeah, every morning.
And look, religious trauma is real. I want to say that because there are some people listening who may have had some really not, like we're talking about, they've experienced some religious situations, some organizations where there was corruption rather than integrity. And so now they're like, no, I don't talk to God because he allowed this or he allowed that. So I don't want to downplay. Religious trauma is real. And
hey, look, y'all got to come back for part 3. This is getting really, really great, y'all. This is getting really great. And we'll be right back after this. Brandi. Y'all, I have the best friends in the world, man. They come and they show up and they step in. And when you need them, when we got it back on y'all, it's Brandi. I want you to finish your thought. Do you remember where you were?
yes, and to really bring it all together, this personal connection that we're all meant to have with the divine, it's separate from religious, it's separate from culture, it is personal to you, it's unique to you, because we're all unique expressions of the divine. And I truly believe that is what we see that is under attack around the world right now. There is this desire to have us all behave the same way, think the same way, do the same thing. It's not the divine blueprint. It's not what was in mind when we were created.
Right.
It is a new form of slavery, and I will continue to speak out about it. And hey, I have compassion for the people who don't want me to share this truth because it tears down these kingdoms of greed and corruption. It forces them to change how they live, and I understand that's uncomfortable. And there are billions of people starving for this knowledge, starving for this confirmation that they're on the right path, starving for this truth that there's nothing wrong with them, that God made them perfect and unique, and they get to walk that path. I really feel very strongly that this message is critical right now. It will allow each one of us to disconnect from the matrix in the way that we are meant to, at the time that we are meant to.
I will say that it's starting to be a common theme on our show. I don't know if I'm leading the conversation or the conversation is being led, but it's absolutely happening where we're talking about the kingdom of God. Where we're not talking about being in the four walls of the church or being in the four walls of America. We're talking about a global consciousness where people come together for real, and we realize, like you said, we cannot disconnect from the divine because we are divine. Because it really is a mission. It's a mission to give people information. It's a mission to give people awareness. It's a mission to connect people with themselves, and you know, in this realm, in the spiritual realm, and to give people some insight on their journey. You know, so if we can do that and we can connect people with this platform, I absolutely want to. You know, because you're right. When it comes to social media and everything, the algorithm is going to push messages like this away.
Yes.
Because there are some people who pretend to do what we do, you know, and that can be dangerous as well, you know.
Yes. You know, to your point, I love that you said that. I feel like a lot of those people are being exposed right now. I call them the great pretenders. It's like it's almost like kind of how I choose to see it is they've been placeholders for us while we were being groomed, right, by the Most High to take our spot. And so and I'm going to speak very discreetly. I truly believe we're watching the fall of the great pretenders across several industries, making room for the true stars to rise.
Okay, exactly.
That is my. That's my
no. Because we've seen it across the board. We've seen nepotism destroy politics. We've seen nepotism destroy the music industry. We've seen corruption destroy so many parts of the world where we're like, I was watching a conversation with Trevor Noah and another gentleman, and they were talking about how world peace and togetherness right now in our society sounds like cheesy and a corny conversation.
Yes.
And how do we bring this back? Because we all agree that it's necessary to have peace. It's necessary to have togetherness. But why are we so in a norm of separation and beef and tragedy and, you know, and separatism and, you know, and injustice? So these conversations do have to come in and help flood the mind, and we have to give people mindfulness. And what does that mean? What does it mean to tap into yourself? What does it mean to listen to, you know, the other side for guidance, you know? Because I think that God is talking to all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
love and appreciate that you said that.
What is something you want to go forward? And I think we're having a small delay. That's the only reason why our chemistry is going off. The internet wants to mess us up, but we're not going to mess up. We're going to beat it up. Give us some insight on, and you know, I'm not trying to ask you to be psychic, but something that you see that you feel like, you know, will help our listeners or assist our listeners with what's going on in society and what we can look forward to.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Two things immediately come up. Number one, regardless of who you are, where you come from, you really want to be working with your ancestors. Whatever that looks like for you. Okay. I'm a woman from the South, so we usually had grandma and granddad's picture, you know, in the living room.
Okay. Yeah.
We made those recipes at the holidays. We still honor, you know, my grandparents passing. That's really important. Science tells us that we have 14 generations of information in our DNA. So, to put it simply, you are living your ancestors' life, whether you realize it or not. You're repeating patterns from your ancestry.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is, you weren't there at the beginning when the pattern was formed, but they were. So, when you're trying to overcome a limiting belief or overcome an obstacle in your life that just seems persistent, no matter what you do, you can't move that mountain, your ancestors probably have the help you need. Okay.
Mm.
They did something or they saw something that had them make a choice, and you are literally carrying that choice forward. Okay. For those of us who are people of color, man, a lot of these choices, we need to rewrite them immediately. Okay.
Gotcha.
These vows of poverty that we took, the way that we eat that brings sickness into our body, all this is ancestral for us. We need to rewrite this. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
And along that same line, the second thing I'll share is when we talk about unity,
Okay.
standing together, peace, a world that works, the path forward is when we each acknowledge who we are as individuals. So if you imagine trying to work with somebody that you don't know, trying to do a construction job with someone you've never met before, you're like, I don't trust this guy. How do I know they can pull their weight?
Right.
The way to get to know someone is to get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as we're all being coerced to being the same, we can't know each other. What we're being kind of herded into is this comparison lifestyle. We dress the same, think the same, talk the same, listen the same, eat the same. That way we can keep comparing and judging ourselves and the other person, which keeps us separated. It's super tricky, but if you just sit and look, if you will allow yourself to be an individual, show up as the unique person you are, the people in your life get to know you. And they can choose whether they want to mess with you or not. If they do want to mess with you, then guess what? You have the opportunity to create an intimate connection where you know each other, and now you can stand united. Now
That's
you
right.
can stand together. You know, this is the part of unity consciousness that we keep trying to leave out. We must individuate first. Then we
Yeah.
can stand together. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's tricky. It's tricky because they, you know, it's like, oh no, but if we hold hands and if we pray together and if we do, yeah, but it hasn't worked. I mean, if you look around, it hasn't worked. What we haven't done yet is allow each one of us to show up as the unique, crazy, weird, outstanding, extraordinary people we are, and then connect in that authentic manner.
Got it. Got it. Just connecting authentically as ourselves instead of everybody trying to be the same, everybody on the same path. Be like, oh, well, he's got a Ferrari before me. Oh, he got a bigger house than me. Oh, he got a...
Yep.
And at the end of the day, what does that even mean? You know, like the whole comparison age and the whole algorithm age. If you're a DJ, you know, the internet's going to show you 1,000 other DJs who doing something better than you. If you're a model, you're going to see somebody who's modeling a lot more than you. If you're a drummer, you're going to see somebody who's a lot better than you. It's just like, okay. But anyway, like you said, let's get to know each other. Let's be on our paths, and let's not be jealous or anything like that. Let's enjoy where God has us, and we can meet together, you know, in that fashion.
That's it.
What do you want to leave the people with? Because I'm definitely going to have you back on the show. You're a Floor 62 member. We've known each other for a while, and there's a lot of messages that both of us have to get out, and it helps when there's strength in numbers.
Correct. So I would say I actually started a podcast today called The Sacred and the Profane. I recorded an entire episode and then watched it disappear into the ethers. So you can imagine what was in that episode, right?
Oh no!
I'm here for it. Let's go. Let's get it. The messages are gonna come out right anyway.